Yay Networks.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to A Sandwich and Some Lovin' podcast. I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans, along with my husband and co-host and hat pimpin', beer pimpin' husband, Alan Evans.
Trey.
Very excited.
And you cannot see this.
Very excited. You can't see
This
it if
is
you're listening to the podcast. You might if you go
I'm
back
giddy.
and watch the YouTube channel.
I'm so giddy.
He's so giddy.
This is an audio format podcast,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
That's what I hear.
But we also have the YouTube channel.
We do, but a majority of our consumers of said podcast are
I'd say 99%.
listeners.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can't see that the A Train has a hat on. And this hat, let me describe this hat to you. This hat is dark navy blue. It's got two little white squares, one on top of one another on the front. And on the side, it says 8.
Mm.
And this is a snapback cap. You
It's
cannot
actually got like really comfy, soft mesh on the sides too.
mesh. Yes, you cannot find this cap anywhere
No,
right
you
now.
can't, except on our heads.
But it was sent to me by a friend. Just saying,
A friend of.
a friend of ours.
Well, Troy Aikman did not send us these hats.
Why
If
are you
think
trying to downsell?
if you
Why are you trying to
think
blow out my candle right
He
now?
went to the warehouse and put hats in a box and taped them shut and put our address on it. You can believe that if you want.
Why won't you let me sparkle every once in a while?
You are.
Why
honey.
do you always
You're
have to get all the
sparkling.
fun stuff?
Troy does not know we have these hats.
He's gonna know.
Of course he is, because you're going to tag him.
Oh,
You're going to DM him.
I'm gonna whip him with a big selfie of my big mug wearing his hat.
That's cute. I think it's a very comfy hat.
I gave Kelly a hat.
Thank you for giving me one of your hats.
There's only a few of these hats to go around.
As
only
Alan reminded me, these hats were not sent to me.
No, they were sent to
They
me.
were sent to Alan.
I only have 6 of these.
His name was on the box.
Now I only have 4 of these.
Right, we took 2.
Right, took 2.
Man, it's really going to be interesting to see who you choose to give the other 4 hats.
I may keep all of them.
Maybe.
I may wear all 5 hats.
Because what do you do when one gets dirty? You just put on another one.
That's right.
Anyway,
Might
so
need to-
Alan's
hey,
very excited.
Might need to keep one for 8 Ball to sign.
That's right. You should always walk around with a silver Sharpie just in case. Just in case.
But we're not going to talk about hats this entire podcast.
Not the entire podcast, but I bet it'll pop up again before we're done.
It may. I'm just giddy. I'm just happy.
I know.
I'm just
Well,
happy.
you know what?
I like getting free stuff too.
I'm happy that this literally happened as the boys were leaving.
Mhm.
We've had the boys for 2 weeks straight, and when they leave, there's a bit of a void in the household, in our hearts. So we've had them for 2 weeks. So as they're leaving, Cole looks and says, "Hey, you got a couple of boxes on the front porch."
Uh-huh.
One of them happens to be Alan's 5-year wedding anniversary gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The other one happened to be this box addressed to Alan, and it's got the hats in it. So that gave you something to be happy about it and distracted you from the void in your heart. So for that, Troy Aikman's person who sent these, thank you.
Well, there's always a little void in my heart when the boys leave.
But I said it was a distraction.
Yeah. Well, we had a good couple of weeks. We had 2 weeks. You know, it's our kind of our extended summertime with the boys, and we did a lot of stuff. We've talked about it on the podcast. We went to ride around on that Sea-Doo boat at Cedar Creek, and went to a Rangers game, and went swimming a whole bunch.
A lot of swimming.
Dylan's
Dylan's obsessed. Cole
Yeah, he loves to swim.
loves him not as much as Dylan.
Mhm.
And then we had the World Series baseball tournament.
Rangers
Dylan-
game.
Yeah, you said that. But the World Series, our youngest Dylan
Mhm.
participated in a World Series game, and all day Saturday, well, not all day, I shouldn't say that. He had a couple games on Saturday, and his team, the 5-Star Mafia, just mopped the floor with the other teams. It was no contest. What was it, like 17-0 one of the games? Or
Well,
it was really
those games,
lopsided.
they get so lopsided, you're just like, I don't even know the score. But
Yeah.
they scored 19 runs in the first game. They scored 17 runs in their second game. They score 14 runs in their third game, and that game got them to the championship game.
There you go, yeah.
And then they met the mini Roger Clemens.
It was the Alito Bearcats. We have to give credit where credit is due.
Good team.
Their pitcher,
Oh,
his name is Kaysen.
number 50.
Our kids couldn't hit off of him.
Could
Just
not get a hit.
hit. The only time we made it to base was one time Kason threw a wild pitch and hit one of our boys.
Yeah,
who hobbled to first base.
There was a walk, hit by pitch, and Matt actually got a hit. He gave up a one.
Matt got one hit.
One
and
hit
then
the entire game.
One time the kid swung and he touched it, but the pitcher dropped it. It was the final strike or whatever, but whatever. So our kid just took off running for first base, and the catcher threw it to the first base, and the first base person dropped it. That's the only time we made it on base.
Yeah.
That kid, Kason, whoever he is, I said, one day we're going to look back and say, when he's in the major leagues, we played him. Our team played him when they were 9 years old.
It was very impressive because these are 9-year-olds.
Well, these superstars have to start somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
And somebody back when they were growing up played against Troy Aikman and didn't know who Troy Aikman was going to be someday.
And he didn't know someday he was going to send me a hat.
See, I told you it'd come up again.
Yep.
But there's always, somebody that's superstar, a little standout. But our boys took it really well. I thought they were, they didn't act too terribly upset.
No, it was.
They were also about to die of heat stroke.
Boy, I tell you what, this was the first time in all the times I've watched the boys play sports where I was seriously a little concerned that there could be something like medically happen to Dylan.
And the coach.
The coach
got really. I was reading some of the comments because I missed that game, the first game, because I thought Kellie was going to have a tournament that ended up not happening. But
heat index was 107.
Yeah, I heard he came close to having to go to the hospital.
Well, they went out on the field and Dylan was playing second. He looked a little sluggish. He was not doing some things he was supposed to do. So the coach was telling him what to do, and then he came into the dugout after they got the guys out. And I was just sitting there kind of, I guess maybe on my phone in between innings or looking around or whatever. But then I looked over at the dugout and Coach was rubbing Dylan's stomach. And Dylan was sitting up on the benches, high up on the bench. And, I've not seen the Coach John, do that before. So I'm like, what is he doing? I wonder what he's talking about or what he's doing. Then he looks over at me and then he waves me over. And I'm like, uh-oh. So I run over there. And he said, Dylan's overheated. He needs a wet towel or something. So I ran back over, and a lot of the parents were also helping, and got him a wet towel and some ice and some Pedialyte or Gatorade. And he pretty much sat up there like a zombie for most of the game. He cooled down enough to where he could play, and he got a hit in that game. But then towards the end of the game, he went to the outfield, and I was watching him very closely. And he was kind of swaying and putting his hands on his knees, and he put his head down. Hot. And I thought he was going to throw up or pass out. So I was literally about to, that's what I say. I was literally about to be ready to run out there because I thought he was going to have a heat stroke. It was so hot. But then fortunately that game ended. He runs in and the coach said.
He walks in.
He walks in. Coach says, look, guys. Everybody get to your car with your parents, turn on the air, get something to drink, cool off. We have an hour until the next game. And that's exactly what we did. I got him to the car, and his face was beet red and his upper lip was sweaty. And I knew he was dehydrated, and also he wasn't feeling well that morning. So I blew the air conditioner on him, full blast, made him drink Gatorade. And then he said he was sore all over, and I think that's because he was dehydrated. So I drove him to a Walgreens, got him some Tylenol, children's Tylenol, gave him that, and then he kind of just regenerated. Mm-hmm. He started to kind of regenerate like a plant. His color came back, and then I said, hey, you want to grab something to eat? I kept wanting him to eat something, but he didn't want to eat anything. I said, you want a milkshake, a Dairy Queen, something? I finally got him to agree to just at least have a milkshake, which probably wasn't the best thing, but it was something that he would take, you know? So long story short, sorry, but he was okay, but I thought he was going to have a dang heat stroke. And Coach, I thought he was going to have a heat stroke.
Yeah. They took off his shirt and put it in a bucket full of ice water, and he put it back on.
Yeah.
That was really smart to do.
Yeah, so they had to fight.
It was really, really bad. But, they're young, and they fought through it, and it was a great season. But now it's over.
And Dylan's okay. Everybody's okay.
Great, and he had so much fun. And I said, what what he asked me what I learned from baseball season today. I said
He did ask you that, didn't he?
And I learned that we were woefully unprepared. We did not. I mean, I remember that first game we showed up. I had like a sandwich and a pickle and a couple of bottles of water, and I thought I was stepmom of the year showing up, and just didn't know what I was getting into. You know, I've now, like, I copy what the other moms are doing. I got one of those chairs that has the umbrella built into it, and Kelly gave me that for my birthday. We got a big rolling cooler. We have everything, Gatorades and waters and sodas and all the snacks, variety, things like that. And now we're looking around because it got progressively hot. People are coming out with amazing things. Like, you can get one of those big water like the things they keep Gatorade in on the sidelines, they dump on the coaches at the end, the big coolers like that.
Yeah.
They get them like that, and they fill them with water, and on top, they put a fan that mists you the whole game.
It runs on a battery.
And it runs on a battery, and it takes the water from that big Gatorade tub, and it blows mist on you. We're like, this is genius. And somebody else had a portable air conditioner with a big hose on it. We thought that was genius. I got Alan one of those air fan collars, and he wouldn't wear it. He said it looked too nerdy.
Well, I haven't tried it. It just the person on the package looked nerdy.
When it's 106 degrees
I don't
outside,
care how nerdy you look. Yeah, exactly.
But I learned, we need to be, we could be better prepared. A lot of parents come, they sit out there all day. They bring tents and, blankets and places for the kids just to lie down, wading pools, just all this sort of stuff. But anyway, and Dylan said he learned how to field the ball better. And he said something else.
He said he thought he got better at hitting and fielding.
Hitting and fielding.
Yeah, just his technique got better.
And he's excited about the next season. Tryouts are very soon. So we feel pretty confident he'll be asked back for the 5-Star Mafia.
I'll tell you, well, I learned a lot too about the right gear to bring, but I didn't grow up playing baseball. I grew up playing basketball and soccer
and golfing.
And golf. Those were my sports. So one thing I've learned, just by talking to the other dads and listening to coach and listening to the coaches when they're coaching the kids, is there is so much technique in baseball, that I just was totally unaware of.
Yeah.
Whether it's pitching or hitting, whatever it is, there are so many things to think about, and you have to just practice to be really good at them. I took the boys to a pitching lesson today, and I was talking to the coach, and it was fascinating. And I was telling him that I was a golfer, and we were talking about the similarities between pitching and golfing, and
with the movement of your arm.
Yeah, and without getting into all the gory details, to generate speed and to make the ball go where you want it to, you kind of have to have some of the same movements. But it's really interesting. I've learned a lot about, and the rules too. There are a lot of there's so many baseball rules that I still don't know. But I didn't know that you can't balk unless there's a guy on first.
There's a guy on base.
On base, right? So I learned that this year. Just simple things like that that I never knew.
Yeah.
So.
And the moms were all nice and very welcoming to me because I didn't know squat. And so it was just a really, really good. I need to get one of the mom T-shirts. I didn't get one of those. So, but I can't, but I just wasn't there.
We'll get better gear next year. I want to get a hat.
We're gonna wear matching. Are you gonna get a baseball dad shirt? The dads don't really do it, just the moms.
They wear hats. Like some of the dads have hats. I want to get a hat for sure.
We're going to be more involved next year now that we kind of got our sea legs.
Yeah, we were just kind of wheels off as far as like gear and dress, but we went to as many games as we could. They finished the season 40-13, I think, or 40-11, something. So they played a lot of games, So we tried to be there as much as we could. So it was fun.
Anyway, but are you burned out on baseball yet? Do you feel burned out?
Well, I'm glad it's over now.
Yeah, because it's a million degrees.
Yeah, it's too hot to be playing sports outside right now.
A lot of people associate burnout with work, but you can be burned out in a lot of areas. Maybe you're just overcommitted as a worker, an employee. Maybe you are overcommitted to friendships. You got a lot of people pulling you and sucking the energy out of you. You have nothing left to give. And I think a lot of people don't realize they're burned out when they're experiencing symptoms of burnout, like fatigue or just irritable all the time, lack of motivation. And we're going to tell you that you probably need to talk to someone. And we'd like to give you a word from our sponsor, BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
Life can be overwhelming. If you're burned out, maybe something I said just resonated with you. BetterHelp wants you to know that online therapy can help you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing the stress in your life. Even if you say, Kelly, I know exactly what's causing the stress in my life, but I just don't know any other option but just to take it on and bear that burden. But it doesn't have to be that way. There are coping mechanisms you can learn. You can learn to set boundaries. Learning how to say no is a very good thing. And talking to someone about that, a BetterHelp therapist, can help you get that back. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
And our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/sandwich. That's better, HELP.com/sandwich.
Thank you to our sponsor, BetterHelp.
You want to talk about our not renewed focus, but you and I have both kind of tried to switch directions a little bit as far as health and wellness.
Sure.
What are you doing?
I'm walking 4 miles a day. That's my goal. Unless there is an absolute monsoon and I can't get out there, there's nothing worse than walking in a pouring thunderstorm. I'm going to try to walk every day 4 miles. Now I get up
That's
really
good
stupid
exercise.
early. It is good exercise, but the proper shoes are important, but the proper socks, I've learned, are super important.
Recommendation?
Well, when I went to go get fitted for these shoes, I was telling the woman I experienced chafing on my feet. And I said, is it because I'm getting the shoes? Because you're supposed to get them about a half size bigger than normal shoes because your feet swell when you walk or jog. And she said, what kind of socks are you wearing? She said, because the majority of people think they need mostly cotton socks because, cotton's the fabric of our lives and it breathes and all that. She said, when you honestly need like more polyester.
Really?
A polyester blend sock. So I bought at the running store. I said, well, give me a pair. She gave me a pair to try on. I said, well, I'll just buy the pair that I tried on since now they're used. They were like $18. My mouth fell.
Yeah, I know. Good pair of socks are expensive.
So I came home, Kelly Raspberry, thinking I'll just wear what I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Lesson learned.
I've seen your socks.
I walked 4 miles only 2 days in a row. Today would be day 3, I think, right? Today would be my 3rd day?
I don't know, babe.
Anyway, I haven't done it yet, obviously. I'm keeping track on my phone because I'm having accountability with my Instagram. But I got back from walking yesterday. I had 2 huge water blisters on it's the back of my heel almost to the sole of my foot, right where it gets real rough and gross.
I don't know that.
On identical spots on each side of my foot. Like on the it's weird. 1 water blister on my left one and 1 water blister on my right one. Big ones too.
Ailment, or this is just kind of...
That's just the condition.
Yeah.
So Alan told me he talked to somebody, and I just did this when I was younger, and I get blisters that you're supposed to pop them. You're supposed to let the fluid out, right? The water out.
I've had several nurses tell me you just little tiny hole, pop it, press down on it with like a paper towel or a clean cloth, drain it, and then leave it alone. And
well, that's what I did yesterday.
Heal. I did that with my hands, and they healed so fast.
I did that yesterday with the one on my right foot. I couldn't get the left one to pop. Y'all don't mean to be gross. I put Band-Aids on them because they were kind of open, and I wore shoes today because if I wore a Band-Aid on it with sandals, the Band-Aid would fall off. So I wore my Rothy's. So I put the Band-Aid on, wore my Rothy's all day. No, I'm just saying that's what I wore because they're comfortable, and I knew they wouldn't bother my foot.
Bad?
No, honey.
Oh.
I'm just talking.
Okay.
And but when I got home, the blisters filled back up again. So I had to pop them a second time.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
I guess I didn't do it right the first time.
Well,
they feel really good and deflated now. So anyway, after this podcast, I'm gonna go walk. I got 4 miles to get in.
Okay.
You gonna walk some with me?
I don't know, maybe.
If you could go with me just to walk the dogs slow me down a great deal. And I can't walk the dogs 4 miles. It's too hot for them. So I walk them about a mile and a half. That's about it. And then I bring them home and dump them off. You could do that part for me. And then
I don't know.
I could keep going.
I'll think about it. But so I am trying to lose a few, just a few, because on July 30th, I think, or is it the 25th?
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's at the end of July.
Did you already put it on the calendar?
Yeah, I think it's the 30th.
I'll look. Go ahead and keep talking.
I'm entering a tattoo contest.
What day of the week do you remember?
I think it's a Saturday.
Well, July 30th is a Saturday.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
July 30th.
So this is at Dallas Harley Davidson. They're doing they're doing one of their events, and it's not just that. That's just one of the things they're doing. But I saw this. I got this in my email, and I thought, well, I should do that just for fun. I've never done anything like that, and I can enter my new one that I just got on my chest to the contest. Winner gets like, I don't know, $300 gift cards or something. Cool. And so I'm going to do it. So the reason I bring that up is if I'm going to do it,
I'm going to be shirtless.
I'm going to be shirtless in front of a bunch of strangers, and I don't want to be Big Al, not Mac, Big Al Evans.
Well, you're not big.
I know, but I could tone up a little bit.
I know, and I could drop a few.
So I am...
and about heart health, too, right?
Heart health,
about
yes.
our heart health, ladies.
So I'm back on Red Mountain. Not an ad, but I'm back on Red Mountain. So, yeah.
There's that.
That's what I'm doing.
So hopefully Alan will walk the dogs with me tonight. It's very exciting here at Evans Manor. Kids are gone, all of them. Emma Kelly, now this is a second night in a row for a sleepover. She just does not want to be around us at all, and that's fine. She's 15.
What do you mean us?
Well, she don't want to be around any of us. She wants to be with her friends all the time.
Yeah. Well, it's summer.
She had a sleepover last night with one group of friends, and that same group of friends, thankfully, they're all getting along. Now they're going to another girl's house to have the sleepover. They're not sick of each other yet.
Where are they?
These are all these in the neighbor near us. They all go to the same school, so it's within driving distance.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, well, here's a story. I don't guess we told. Did we tell? Emma Kelly and a couple of her friends invited Cole and one of his friends to go to a outdoor mall with them. Did I tell
Cole
you?
and Christian. I don't know if we told that on the podcast or not.
I don't know if we told that on the podcast, but it's just it was kind of cute because Emma Kelly and her three friends, I think they like hanging out with Cole and Christian. So they all went over to this outdoor mall that's close to us, Grandscape, where they have restaurants and shops and stuff. And I thought that was really cool that they invited them. Well, I sat down with Cole and Christian the other day. We were eating at Chili's or something. And I said, hey, guys. Oh, no. Christian brought it up because he goes, we were just talking. And he said, yeah, my mom told me that, you should never chew with your mouth open. And I said, yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. I said, always chew with your mouth closed. I think that's good advice. And I said, and plus, chicks don't like it when you chew with your mouth open. So if you guys want to get chicks later on, don't chew with your mouth open. And I said, speaking of chicks, how was the other night? What'd y'all do? And they said, oh, we went over there and they were walking really fast in front of us, like right in a row. You know how girls do, and they move at the same. They're like fish in a school, And we're trying to keep up, and they're leaving us behind
on purpose.
No, I don't think they were doing it on purpose, but you know how girls are. And yeah, and then they were making fun of what we were wearing, and then we went to a restaurant. And then we didn't have any money, so we just had water.
Oh my goodness! And McKelly didn't get them anything.
Well, they said they didn't want anything
because we would have get reimbursed. That's terrible.
Yeah. So they said it was fun.
I guess I should have thought to give them like $20 each. I didn't even think about it. We just drop them off.
They said it was fun, but they said yeah, the girls kind of kept to themselves. They saw some other girls that they knew. And then
they all know where.
And then they were talking to one another, and then we were just like by ourselves, And
Kelly was in the car today, and they've got this feature. I guess it's on Snapchat. I'm not sure what it's on, but they can let all of their friends know where they are at any given moment.
Oh yeah.
And then McKelly was sitting there saying, "Oh, so and so's at this store, and they're right there. We're driving by them right now." And I asked McKelly about it. She goes, well, I only give my location to a couple of my girlfriends, but some of her friends turn it on for all their contacts. They want to know where their friends are at every given moment. So I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is what it is.
Well, I told the boys, I said, you guys should be, slightly flattered that the girls wanted you to hang out with them.
They want all their brothers to get friends. They were talking about that.
Sure.
each of her girlfriends has little brothers, and they want them all to become friends.
So I said, when I was
Yeah.
when I was 13 and 14, there weren't any girls inviting me to do nothing.
That's a big deal.
So yeah, I said that was really
it's a very big
really
deal.
awesome. So you guys keep good relationships with those fine young ladies.
Yes. Maybe Kelly was not very happy with me tonight. She came down wearing shorts that mimicked underwear. I
Whoa,
made her go
I didn't-
right
I
back
didn't
up.
see 'em.
No, you did not. I told her turn right back around and go back upstairs. You're so mean. I was like, you're not going in those shorts. I don't care. Everybody else is wearing them. I don't care. I don't say no to my kid a lot. I should say no a lot more than I do. But she was not about to leave the house in those shorts. I'll tell you that right now. It was bad. So anyway.
Yeah, Kelly's right. I hardly ever hear her do the boda and just say no, and
No.
then bip, 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 no, and then
And
bip,
that's
bip,
why
bip,
she,
no.
you know what? And that's why she didn't give me too much pushback, because I do say yes so much,
Yeah.
If I was saying no to every time she came down, it'd be another thing. But anyway, raising teenagers, I told somebody yesterday, I'll just be, if I get her to 18 alive, then my work's pretty much done, right?
Well, in theory, yeah.
Just get them to 18.
I don't know.
That's the hope.
And then they have to learn to become a little bit self-sufficient, which
And then they move back in.
sometimes that takes longer for some than others.
They can move back in. That's fine. Got all the bedrooms we need. Anyway, I need to go put on my shoes and get to walking. honey.
Wow. Okay. Oh, all right. A little abbreviated version of the podcast
We
tonight.
can keep on talking if you want.
Well, I don't know that we queued up enough subject matter to keep talking.
Well, we can. You got letters left over?
Yeah, but I'm gonna save some of those letters for next time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save those for next time. But
Okay.
I think we did cover off on just about Kelly before the podcast. Just a little peek behind the kimono. Let me pull the kimono back, revealing all. She once again asked me if I was eating tuna, and I said, "No, babe, I've not eaten any.
Why would you tell us on the
I've
podcast?
Not eaten any tuna today. No tuna. No.
You do eat a lot of tuna, though.
Well,
in my
I
defense, you eat a lot of tuna.
Haven't had any tuna today, but the last time I bathed was yesterday afternoon. Yeah, yesterday after the baseball games. And I've swam in the pool 3 times since then. So maybe it's just chlorine funk.
Maybe.
It's just monkey butt.
Something.
It's funk.
Yeah, I just thought you'd eaten tuna. That's all.
So you're saying my body smells like tuna?
Well, you've been fresher.
Oh.
As have I.
Did I tell on the podcast what you got me for Father's Day?
I don't think so.
Did I not tell that?
I don't remember.
Kelly got me. You remember how we've been talking a lot about the Johnny Depp trial, and I was going on and on. I love Johnny Depp, following Johnny Depp, Justice for Johnny. Kelly surprised me, and I think I mentioned on the podcast that I went out and looked for Dior Sauvage, which is the brand that Johnny reps.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp represents. And it was the only brand that stuck with him, I think, throughout this whole thing. Everybody else kind of turned their back on him, but Dior stayed with him, and he was still doing Dior ads. Well, I went on Amazon for a dang tiny bottle of Sauvage. It was like $150.
It's not cheap.
And I said, screw that. I'm not doing that. Well, I guess Kelly remembered that. She got me a bottle of Sauvage. So
And
I'm so excited.
a shower speaker, because you you had mentioned
the shower
a
speaker.
couple months ago you wanted to have a radio speaker you could play or a Bluetooth speaker you could play in the shower.
Yeah. I haven't fired
Got
that
him
up
that.
yet, but
I know
I'm
haven't.
I'm going to.
And Alan loves candles, so I got him a candle.
Yeah. But
And a Sauvage.
I took the Sauvage. I was so excited. We were going out to do something one day, so I was going to put some cologne on. I open it up, and then I take the bottle out, and I use some. I open my cabinet where all my other cologne is, and I look, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I got a bottle of Sauvage in there. I have so many colognes, Dime.
You forgot.
I didn't remember that I had a bottle of Sauvage.
Well, that just goes to show you haven't worn cologne in a long time either.
Yeah, I've been doing the throughout COVID, and I guess it's kind of stuck with me.
You just stop.
I've just been doing the Brute.
Yeah.
$6 a bottle, man.
Yeah.
$6 a bottle.
I think a lot of things we used to do before COVID, we just never got back in the swing of it afterwards. Somebody called me out for not wearing makeup. It's just like
Who called you out?
Somebody on social media.
Really?
It's like, yeah.
Who?
Just somebody, honey.
Who?
Just somebody.
I need to be Boda?
I don't care. I really didn't care. But I have like a lot of stuff like that I used to get all dressed up to go to work. And now if I make it to work, I figure that's a win. And yeah, makeup's become less of a priority. Wearing perfume, jewelry, getting dressed up. I just haven't really gotten my mojo back.
I mean,
don't
look
feel
at
like
us.
it. Yeah, I don't think look at us. It's been not good. But I'm trying to get it back. I'm hoping that walking will do something, not just like I have a girlfriend that she's been walking 4 miles a day and she's looking great and feeling great. And I've taught and have other people reaching in my DMs. They say it's not just about the health benefits, but it's just good to release stress and to clear your mind and stuff. So I'm hoping that it all kind of works together for good. We'll see. I'm only 2 days in and I'm already injured with blisters.
Mm-hmm.
So
Power through it, man.
I'm going to power through it.
Just power through it, just like you did this podcast.
I didn't power through this podcast. It wasn't a burden.
Was it not?
No.
Okay.
I lit a candle. I put on some smell good lip balm so I
mean,
can smell
good
my lips.
grief. What do I smell like? I mean, give me a break.
Tuna. You brought it up on the podcast. I was not. I was not going to bring it up. No, you did.
Oh, I thought you did.
No.
Oh. All right, babe. Well, I'm going to take my tuna self and go somewhere else, I guess.
Well, we'll be back next podcast. And I'll tell you what, I am going to be traveling this summer. I'm taking Emma Kelly on a mother-daughter trip. And a friend of the show, Sarah, sent me an article written by a or an airline. I don't know if she was a flight attendant or like a ticket agent or something. I need to clarify that. It has got me so scared about travel.
Why?
Well, I'm going to tell you the next podcast.
Oh.
Because if I'm freaked out about travel,
This is called a tease.
everybody's going to be freaked out about travel.
In the podcast business.
Oh, it's got some helpful hints in it about upcoming travel. Because just like, you know, how we've all kind of changed since pre-COVID, a lot has changed since then with the travel industry. And it's been really scary and sad for a lot of people. So anyway, we'll get to that next podcast.
Cool. Lots of good stuff to get to
And
next
by then,
podcast.
I'll have a couple of more 4 miles under my belt.
And I will have been doing Red Mountain for about a week or two and probably lost about 10 pounds.
And you will have showered.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, I still love you desperately.
I still love you.
I love tuna salad desperately.
He does, y'all.
But
he
I haven't,
really does.
But I haven't had any today.
And he does. This is what I've told him. I said, when you make the tuna salad, I don't care. Eat it. It stinks, and I know that. But don't put the cans in the regular trash. Get a little grocery bag like you get from Tom Thumb or Kroger. Put those cans in there, knot it up, and take it out to the trash can. So it doesn't stink up the entire kitchen. That's all I ask. That's helpful. It's a helpful tip for everybody listening.
Let's see. I got to 50 years. I've probably been putting trash in the trash can. My mom probably taught me how to do that when I was 4.
But you don't take the tuna cans out.
45 years of experience throwing things
then
away.
why are you putting the tuna cans in the regular trash? And it
here
stinks
I
up
am-
the whole trash.
Here I am at age 50 and a half getting told how to throw trash away.
Because you're doing it wrong.
Okay. All right, babe. Well, I love you desperately.
I love you.
I love our listeners desperately.
Love y'all.
And I am sure we will podcast again real soon. And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.